Hey guys, so how you doing? I'm coming on today because I've had a lot happen in the last week or so, and haven't really done a lot of word videos, but we're gonna do a word video today. And I'm gonna break it down and we're gonna see what the subconscious and all of our personal meanings are for this word. I haven't said it yet because it's a tough word, guys. It's a tough word. I considered not doing this word because it can be controversial. It can be so many things. So let's just get started. The word we're going to do today is love. So if you're not new to my channel, then you know the first thing that we do is we look it up in the dictionary. So here we go. Sorry guys, I'm on my Mac, so I'm gonna be turning my head. It's not because I'm ignoring anybody. I am literally just looking at the other screen. So the word love is a noun, right? It could also be a verb. So we are gonna, actually, you know what? I was gonna look at the noun version, but I think what I want to do is look at the verb, because what I've been going through lately is trying to define this word for myself. I actually had a therapist ask me a couple of years ago now, I think, to define this word, what it meant to me, and then to ask 5 other people that I trusted what it meant. And I was actually shocked to see how many different definitions I got. And I sent it to people I trusted and who I knew loved me. And it was interesting. It's an interesting exercise. Anyway, so let's get to the definition. As a transitive verb, loved is to hold dear or to cherish. Definition 2a, to feel a lover's passion, devotion, or tenderness for. Caress, to fondle amorously, to copulate with. To like or desire actively, take pleasure in, to thrive in. Okay. As an intransitive verb, it is to feel affection or experience desire. I got to be honest with you guys. I don't define love as that. I really don't. I'm going to go ahead and read the nouns and see if I can find a definition that's even close to the one that I came up with, and then I'll share my definition with you. So definition of love, strong affection for another arising out of kinship or personal ties, as in, example, maternal love of a child. So we're getting a little closer to where my definition is for me personally. But I'm going to keep going. Attraction based on sexual desire, affection, and tenderness felt by lovers. Affection based on admiration, benevolence, or common interest. An assurance of affection. Warm attachment, enthusiasm, or devotion. And the example they give there is the love of the sea. The object of attachment, devotion, or admiration. Baseball was his first love. A beloved person, often used as a term of endearment, and I actually do use that. There's a dear friend in my world, and I often will text him, "Good morning, love." So there's that. In the British definition, it is used as an informal term of address. For A, unselfish, loyal, and benevolent. Concern for the good of another, such as the fatherly concern of God for humankind, brotherly concern for others, a person's adoration of God. So let's stick with that definition for an unselfish, loyal, and benevolent concern for another person, for the good of another person. I'm sorry. So if we look up benevolent, marked by or disposed to doing good, organized for the purposes of doing good, marked by or suggestive of goodwill. So basically good, right? So we go back to that love definition. Unselfish, loyal, and good concern for the good of another, such as the fatherly concern of God for humankind and the brotherly concern for others. This is probably the closest thing to my personal definition of the word love that I found in all of this. So just in Webster's dictionary alone, guys, there are 9 definitions for the noun and 4 definitions for the verb. So a total of 13 different definitions just in Webster's dictionary. So how many definitions do you think exist in the subconscious mind of the people around us? Probably as many as there are people around us. So let me get to the good stuff. So my definition of the word love. I don't actually consider love to be a noun. Well, I don't know. I guess I just contradicted myself because I just said I used it as a noun at times. So I might be a little heavy-handed with that word now that I'm thinking about it, but I digress. Anyway, my definition for the verb love is more of a metaphor than a definition. I see love as treating another person the way you would treat, and it's going to sound crazy, but let me talk it out, the way you would treat a tree outside. When you look at a tree or a flower or nature in general, at no point do you insult the tree for not being tall enough, or for not being short enough, or for not being skinny or fat enough, or for being older or younger enough. None of those adjectives come into play when you look at nature. What you do look at when you look at the trees, and I'm from New England, so in the fall, especially now, I would look at the trees and I would appreciate the beauty of the changing of the leaves, right? And in the winter, when the leaves were gone and the snow would fall and the branches would get white, and it would be a beautiful snowy evening, and I would appreciate the trees for that. And in the springtime, I would appreciate the new saplings that came out to grow as a result of being planted the year before. And then in the summer, I would appreciate the green and the foliage that came about of that tree. So that tree was never the same from season to season. It went through changes and it grew and it evolved, right? And I just appreciated it. I didn't force it. I didn't get upset when one tree's leaves didn't change to all the colors the way the other ones did. I didn't get upset when the snow would fall off of the skinnier branches and stick to the thicker branches. I just appreciated its beauty. I just appreciated each branch, each leaf, and each trunk of the tree for what it was and for its own growth. Because that's how I see love. That's how I see love for other people. I didn't always feel that. I used to think that love was, spending time, I guess we could talk about the love languages. What is it? Spending time, gift giving, acts of service, blah, blah, blah. And that's all well and good. And I'm not saying that that's not love. I'm just saying that that's not my definition of love. At a subconscious level, I may still think those things are love. In my family growing up, love was shown by gifts and money. So if you were left out of a will, that was literally an act of defiant love, like an act of, you are no longer loved. If you were, that's just how it was. And I'm not saying, I don't say that to put my family down or to say that, poor me, none of that, because I don't think it was wrong. I don't think that what they did was wrong. I think what they did was what they were taught. And I, in my life, have just really tried to redefine those words and redefine those familial generational beliefs, right? I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that people are only worth money, right? And people in my life are worth more than any dollar amount, period. I mean, you can't put a price on people. And again, I'm not saying that my family did. I'm saying that they did what they were taught. And it's not wrong. It's not wrong. It worked. It worked for them. It worked at a time when, they were raised by people who grew up during the Depression, and money was a big thing, survival and whatnot. So you can trace it back and you can come up with all kinds of reasons as to why people define love the way that they define it. And I guess my long-winded rant here of the word love is just to let you guys know that at a subconscious level, everybody defines this word differently. So when somebody tells you they love you, they're not telling you they love you with your definition. They're telling you they love you with theirs. So maybe it would be good to know what their definition is before we start throwing those big words around, right? And maybe we should understand what their definition of the word love is before we say it to them. You know, just a thought might actually resolve a lot of disagreements, arguments, hurt feelings, etc. The other thing I noticed about the word love, and this is another thing that we do on this channel, is I start spelling things backwards because I don't know, because I do. That's just what I do when I start to research my belief systems about such things. And if you spell the word love backwards, it is EVOL, right? Evol. Well, that's the beginning of evolve. And it's also the beginning of evolution. So when I realized that, that's when I started to think, you know what? It is time for our definitions of the word love to evolve. It is time for our race, our human race, to reach an evolution of growth, of admitting that we don't define words the same, recognizing that, appreciating it like the tree, right? Because we're all just trees. We're all God's children, including the trees. And he gave us each our own free will. And some of us have taken that to an extreme. I myself included. And you know, I fight and I fight and I fight and I fight these things. And at the end of the day, what I've learned is I have to look at myself. I have to look at, how am I defining this word? And then see if this word love, am I treating people the way that I've defined this word? You know, these people that I claim to love, my children, my parents, my family, my friends, my whoever, fellow man. Am I loving them the way that I define this word love? And I got to be honest, guys, I can't say yes to all of them. I can't. And it's okay, because now I know, right? Now I know. But here's the biggest question. And this is what I want you guys to take away from this video, because this video is not about me shoving my definitions down your throat or my way of doing things down your throat. This video and this channel is meant to make you think. It's meant to make you uncover your subconscious beliefs and understand yourself at a core level. Because until we can do that, guys, we can't understand anybody else. Last question I have for you. Define the word love. Figure out what it means at a subconscious level. Figure out if you're treating those around you with that definition of the word love. And the very biggest last question I have for you, and I can barely get this out because I asked myself that today. Do you love yourself that way? My answer to myself was no today. And I really thought I had grown and learned to love myself. But I don't appreciate my growth. I don't appreciate my beauty for what it truly is. And that's something that wasn't covered for me today. And I'll be working on that. So I challenge you guys, do the same thing. You know, ask yourselves if you love yourself the way that you define that word love. And if you're not, then please start. Please start. Make one decision today that will change your life. Okay. I'm gonna leave it there, guys. Don't forget, grow your words and taste your language. Bye for now.